that's a stretch, but we loved working with, we called him Papa Verdi, and it was great. And we're here in Springfield High in Willard Dewey Gymnasium.
But that was the glory days of Springfield High. You had Kiefner on basketball,
Coach Storman, Norman Kiefner
on football.
Yeah.
You had Glintborg and Barnes were just kind of in the background. Don Utze. That was just
Don Hudson.
Oh my God, Don Hudson.
We had a crew here. It was great. Mel Nance was here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrific.
Wow.
What a staff we had.
Well, yeah, that's a legacy, man.
But Willard Dewey, the retired athletic director, they named the gym after Willard Dewey while we were here in high school. So it's been named for Coach Dewey for 45 years or so. Willard Dewey Gym here at Springfield High. Coached by Joby Crum, a graduate of
Southeast High
School. It's Springfield, the big small town.
And Joby was an assistant coach at Southeast at one point.
That's true.
In his career.
And a head coach right down the street at Sacred
Heart. And a head coach
Heart.
at SHG, yeah.
Okay. Following our walk down memory lane, let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll get back to the present, tell you more about the Spartans and Senators in a regional semi here at Dewey Gym. Stay tuned.
Were you in there with Dick Beck?
for their dedication and commitment to IHSA sports. Athletic trainers are certified and licensed healthcare professionals who provide the utmost compassion and care for Illinois high school athletes. There are over 1,600 certified athletic trainers throughout Illinois, and they are devoted to keeping student athletes safe from injuries. For more information about athletic training, please visit IllinoisAthleticTrainers.org. Certified athletic trainers are
He's come to the sideline, so do the officials. Darren Sorter will be the referee, and his umpires will be Terry Wolpert and Dave Logan. I got Dave's name right, didn't
Yes,
I?
you did.
Dave Logan.
Yes, you did.
Jeff Nelson was here and worked with Terry and Darren last night, but
I like the old
Dave
days
Logan.
when official crews were assigned, and that was the crew that did the whole postseason,
I don't
be
know
it a
whether
regional section.
Dave had an assignment elsewhere last night or whether Jeff's got an assignment elsewhere tonight, but we're going to have a vocalist perform the anthem, so we're going to stand up and let you listen here at Springfield High School.
The Springfield High School is doing gymnasium for tonight's regional matchup between the Southeast Spartans and the Springfield Senators. It's just one in a statewide series that is known as America's original
At the
marching band.
IHSA commercial.
Other schools in other states, colleges, and
Statewide
universities enjoy this time of
series.
basketball season.
Original March
First season
Madness.
of boys March Madness
Blah,
were
blah,
diagnosed
blah.
in IHSA schools in the early 1900s. Nobody does it any better. Enjoy tonight's portion of March Madness. Now would everyone please rise and move your hat if you're wearing one and face the flag while Springfield High School senior Viola Jubilee sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last beam, whose cross stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's regular bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Boy, she's terrific. There to sing more often. Ready for hoop. Southeast Springfield High, boys regional semi. Postseason debut for these two teams.
And now here are tonight's starting lineups.
First of all, for the visitors from Southeast, 12 and 15, Coach Lawrence Thomas, 245 and 103 in his 12th season. James Dent, leading scorer in the Central State 8, 6'5" junior, starts up front, 19.4, 6.1 rebounds per Dent. Cameron Banks, number 2 scorer, 12.8, 5.6. He is a 6'2" sophomore. The center, Seth Doss, 5.2 points, 2.3 rebounds, 6'5" freshman. In the backcourt, Jason Johnson, 5'11" sophomore, 3.2 points, 1.2 rebounds, and Antron Beverly, a 5'8" senior, 4.5 points and 2.2 rebounds. Dent, Banks, Seth Doss, Johnson, and Beverly for Southeast. Springfield High for Coach Joby Crump, 49 and 70, 4th season. 5'10" senior Taryn Wallace, 4 points, 4 rebounds. 6'5" junior Tyven Garrison, 7.1 points, 4.7 rebounds. 6'6" junior Benny Slater, 15.7 points and 10 rebounds a game. Dalen Banks, a 5'11" junior, 5.2 points, 2.5 rebounds, best three-point shooter for the Senators with 35. And 6'1" junior Shane Miller, 16.9 points, 5.1 rebounds a game. Wallace, Garrison, Slater, Banks, and Miller for 17 and 14 Springfield High.
And again, the officials, signed by the IHSA, Darren Sorter, Dave Logan, and Terry Wolpert. Darren lives in Sherman. Terry's a Decatur area guy. And I think Dave is from over east as well.
Darren's really become a good official.
Yes,
We've sort of
he
seen
is.
him growing up before our eyes. He's been doing it a long time. He used to umpire kids' baseball games. That's how I got to know Darren.
His daughter's a good volleyball player.
Headed for Parkland.
Yep, and his son is a JV basketball player at Williamsville. Speaking of the Bullets, I see their sharpshooter Wyatt Peak is here watching the game tonight. Here we go, Benny Slater against Seth Doss, and it's tapped to Shane Miller, and Springfield High will have the ball first.
Darren did that on one try, unlike last night.
That's right. Here's Taryn Wallace driving the lane, scoops it up around Doss and put it in. Taryn Wallace with the first hoop of the ball game, and a 2-0 Springfield lead just underway here at Dewey Gym, and the Senators put on a little 2-2-1 pressure. Ball's ahead to Beverly, a 3, that's good. Well, that'll beat the pressure. Throw it to Beverly in the corner, and he makes his 24th three-point basket of the season. 3-2 Southeast. Wallace had the ball knocked loose on a good defensive play by Beverly.
A little bit too much dribbling.
Dent gets the ball to Beverly. They go in the post to Doss. Bounce pass to Dent. It's intercepted by Wallace.
Tough pass in traffic there.
Shane Miller with the ball left side for the Solons. Wearing the home white tonight. Red numbers and letters trimmed in black. Tyven Garrison gets his first touch. He'll bring it out front against Beverly and the Southeast man. With the ball, Miller. Now Garrison, jump shot for 3. That's good. Tyven Garrison. He's played great the second half of the season. 17th made 3. 5-3 Springfield High. 6:45 first quarter. James Dent up top. Gives to Johnson, right side for 3. No good. Miller the rebound. He got raked in the head by Spartan Seth Doss, but survived it. Jump shot, Miller rimmed out. Rebound Doss for Southeast. Dent wants to push it. Goes into the lane, lost the ball. It's loose. Benny Slater picks it up. Ahead to Dalen Banks. Hands off to Wallace. Back to Banks. Had his shot blocked, and Seth Doss will pick up a foul on that block shot.
A little bit of transition. Banks had it and threw it behind him to Wallace, and they kind of restarted, but Banks got it back, and he'll get a couple. First foul on Seth Doss.
Dalen Banks hasn't had a lot of free throw chances. He's 10 out of 18, and his free throw here is no good.
Always amazes me when guys that can make threes can't make free throws.
You would think it's an easier shot, standing still from 15 instead of maybe moving from 20.
With nobody guarding you.
Yeah. Dalen Banks' second staff carpet free throw is good. Senators lead it 6-3. 6:15 to go in the first quarter here at Dewey Gym. Not full, but a nice crowd on this Wednesday night. Jason Johnson with it. 5'11 sophomore guard for Southeast. Throws it over to Beverly. Now back to Johnson at the point. Senators in a man. With the ball at the free throw line, Cameron Banks. Try to dump it inside to Doss, and it's intercepted by Wallace. Dent harasses him. He throws it ahead to Banks. In the corner, Miller. Drives baseline. Shovels to Banks. Put it up off the glass and good. Dalen Banks. 8-3 Springfield High. They've scored 6 straight. 5:40 left in the first. Ball ahead to Dent. Head of the key. Right side, Johnson. Pull-ups jumper from 17 is no good. Rebound Beverly on the weak side. Goes and gets it. Gives it to Dent for 3. No good. Back of the iron. Rebound Slater for Springfield. Outlet to Miller. In the corner, Banks. 3 ball. Nope. Missed it short. Rebound. Dent had it. Lost it. Got it back. Did he step out of bounds? He did. Dent stepped out of bounds. On the sideline, right in front of the Southeast end.
Dent took his eye off the rebound at first. He was heading down court. Got it and lost it. And then got it back and lost it again.
So the ball belongs to Springfield with an 8-3 lead and 5:16 to go in the first quarter. Slater throws it into Wallace. Head of the key. Shovels over to Dalen Banks. Out on the wing right. Shane Miller now will set things up from the free throw area. He's out near the center line, actually. Threw it to Wallace, who wasn't ready for it, but caught it in a spin move, and Wallace carried the ball.
Turnover 2 for Springfield High. 8-3, the Senators lead. 5:01 to go first quarter.
Springfield again will put on a 1-2-2 pressure, and it's broken by Johnson. Gets it ahead to Dent. James into the lane. Bounce pass down low to Doss. He traveled. Yes, he did. Took an extra step.
That's 5 turnovers for Spartans already.
5 in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, they just look really lethargic right now.
Well, they haven't played in 8 days. Remember, their last game was a week ago last night in that overtime win against Glenwood. That's how they closed the regular season. Here's Miller on the run for Springfield. Jump shot, left it short. Rebound Beverly. Southeast will push it toward the west basket. Johnson, corner left, blocked by Slater. Rebound Banks, blocked by Garrison. And Karen Wallace with the ball off the second block. Springfield High 8-3 lead with the ball. Dalen Banks into the lane, bounces it to Wallace. Taryn scoops it up, missed it. And the rebound, Cameron Banks. Outlet pass to Dent. Southeast will push it up court. Dent fouled on a reach-in by Wallace.
First foul against the Senators. Kobe Slater is going to come into the game for Springfield High.
Taryn Wallace sporting a headband tonight on his new hairdo. Who did he credit for that? The hairdo, his girlfriend,
right? Yeah. Wearing the one black and one red shoe again tonight.
Taryn Wallace exits on the foul, and Kobe Slater in to take his place.
Fashion statement, Taryn Wallace.
Looks good. Cam Banks drives in around Benny Slater, and they're going to call Benny for a foul.
Every foul's big against Benny Slater because of what he brings to the table.
Well, there wasn't much contact on that one.
No, that was from behind, actually.
Benny Slater called for the foul, and Cam Banks to the line for Southeast. Cam Banks, one free throw good, and two free throw coming up. 8-4, Springfield leading. Cameron Banks and Dalen Banks, both named Banks but not related. Free throw Cam Banks, short. Rebound Kobe Slater for Springfield. 8-4, the Senators lead. Tyven Garrison over the timeline, stepped on the sideline. Right in front of the scorer's table. First guy to see it was the Spartans head coach.
He let him know. Darren saw it. And by the way, Kobe Slater and Benny Slater are not related.
They are not, just teammates.
Yep.
That's right. Spell the names the same, last names. Here's a three for Beverly, and he's good again. Wow. Antron Beverly, not known as a prolific three-point shooter in terms of accuracy. That was his 99th try, and he made it. And he steals the ball from Shane Miller and shoots it again and missed the three that time. Banks back up and in, Cameron Banks. And Southeast surges in front, 9-8. 5 straight. Beverly with the three, and then Cameron Banks with a putback. 3:18 to go in the quarter. Fadeaway jump shot by Garrison, no good. And in the fight for the rebound, Kobe Slater and Seth Doss literally wrestled each other to the floor.
They're letting them play. Held ball.
And on the arrow, it will belong to Southeast. Spartans were down 8-3. Now they're up 9-8 with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. These kids are into it early. Banks throws it ahead to Dent. James hasn't scored yet. Lost the ball. Cam Banks picks it up. Back to Dent, the junior. In the corner, Jason Johnson took a step before he dribbled. Turnover, Southeast.
Number 6. But if we learned anything last night, it's not to figure out who's going to win the game at halftime.
Wow, that's for sure. As SHG rallied to beat Plains in the game we brought you last night from Beardstown. We'll keep you posted on tonight's game over at Beardstown between U High and Porta. They started about 5 minutes late last night, probably a little late tonight as well. Shane Miller with a fake and then a drive and then a score, and they'll count it, and he was fouled.
Late whistle. Doss trying to pick up that charge, which he's really good at, but they're going to go the other way.
Shane Miller faked a shot from up top and then drove the left side of the lane, got in traffic, scored the basket, and was fouled on the shot and will shoot a free throw, fouled by Seth Doss, and that's 2 on the Southeast freshman Doss. Shane Miller's first hoop of the night. Decent free throw shooter, and he makes it. Staff perfect free throw good from Miller. 3-point play, and 11-9 the Springfield lead with 2:39 left in the first quarter.
First sub for Southeast is freshman Makai Allison. He takes the place of freshman Seth Doss.
So they've got Makai Allison, Jason Johnson, Cameron Banks, James Dent, and Antron Beverly on the floor for the Spartans. And Banks throws it to Dent on the wing left, guarded by Banks. Dalen Banks in the Springfield High zone. Springfield extends the zone, playing a 2-1-2-2-3. Johnson throws it out front, and it's stolen by Miller. Pass intended for Dent. Miller lays it in. Good anticipation by Shane Miller to go in and pick off that pass.
Really lazy pass, though.
13-9. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Antron Beverly, who's been hot from distance early. Gives the ball up top to Makai Allison. Over on the right side now, it's Johnson. Throws it high post to Banks. Into the lane. Banks skips to the basket and scores.
That's where Southeast is really good, getting that ball to the high post to whoever that player is, and this time it's Cameron Banks.
The old Michael Chandler play.
Yep.
3 ball for Miller, no good. Dent went up and got the rebound and fell down. And when he falls down, that's a travel. Too bad for James Dent. He went up, grabbed that rebound with one hand, and then just simply slipped and fell when he came down.
And LT wants to know about a foul.
I don't think there was any contact on him. He just fell down grabbing the ball. Up top, Kobe Slater for 3. Yes. Off the inbound, they throw it right up to the head of the key, and Kobe Slater, Senator Senior, buries it for his 22nd made 3 of the year.
That's why they moved him to the bench, to bring some offense, some firepower off the bench.
16-11. Cameron Banks makes it 16-13. He's had a good first quarter with 7 points. 16-13 Senators. Benny Slater ahead of the field score.
Nice up and under.
Benny went and cheated in the backcourt. Cameron Banks ran him down after they found Benny with a pass, and then he had to go reverse layup to put it in around Banks. 18-13 Senators, and a whistle and a foul on Shane Miller. Reaching in against Makai Allison of Southeast.
3 fouls against the Senators, still no shot.
Spartans ball with 51 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. At Dewey Gym, Senators up 18-13. Winner plays MacArthur in the regional final Friday night.
Noah Doss in the game now for
Gave
Southeast.
the ball to Dent, to Beverly for 3. Antron missed this time. Banks the rebound. Cameron turns and scores. What a terrific first quarter for Cameron Banks. 9 points for the Southeast sophomore, and it's 18-15. Senators by 3. They have the ball in Benny Slater's hands. Guarded by Allison and the Southeast man. And Miller now with it. Had it poked away and runs it down.
Twice Beverly has done that.
Beverly, Miller, hands to Kobe Slater. Reverse layup, and he missed it. Rebound pulled down by Noah Doss. And now here's Cameron Banks. Double teamed on the baseline. Throws it underneath, and Dent gets a 2. First points for Dent at the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter. Springfield High with a 1-point lead after the first. Senators 18, Southeast 17. Back in a minute.
Coach.
Jacobson's here. Must be a big game. Leading cheers over with the high pride. How about first quarter numbers, Jim Rupert, with the Senators up 18-17?
Both teams 7 for 14. Miller makes a jumper from the top of the key to make them 8 for 15, Springfield High.
Right
Miller,
off the inbound, Shane Miller makes it 20-17.
7 for Miller, he leads Springfield High. 9 for Cameron Banks, he leads Southeast.
2017 Senators, just underway second quarter. Cam Banks in traffic, down on the baseline, gives to James Dent on the wing. Beverly will rotate it around the left side for an Allison 3. That's good.
A lot of air under those shots, but he can make them. Good percentage shooter for 3.
18 out of 43 now as Makai Allison makes that 3, and it's tied at 20. Taron Wallace into the lane, bowls his way to the basket, blocked by the older Doss. And Cameron Banks on the run out. Left it for James Dent.
Let them play.
Allison. Dent for 3 in the lead. Rimmed out. Rebound Miller had it, lost it, and a whistle.
Noah Doss over the top.
Noah Doss He grabbed the rebound off the Senator miss at the other end and commits a foul on the Southeast offensive rebound try. Shane Miller grabbed the ball. Noah Dawes fouled him, and the Senators get the ball in a 20-all game a minute into the second quarter. Taryn Wallace at point. Throws it over to Kobe Slater. Works it away from Dent. Looks inside. Throws it to Benny. Benny Slater, double team. Backs in on Allison. Gives the ball off to Shane Miller. Now to Taryn Wallace. Spins inside. Out on the wing to Tyven Garrison.
Spartans have done a good job. Benny Slater just one shot, and that was on that layup that he was kind of cherry picking on.
And he's got the freshman Allison who blocks his shot. Slater was looking for a foul. Ball's outletted to Intron Beverly. Southeast for the lead. Beverly a three. Yeah, he missed badly. Airballed that one. And on the airball,
Kobe Slater got the rebound, and Cameron Banks ran into him, and no call.
Kobe for three. Missed. Rebound Shane Miller, out of bounds. Springfield ball.
Again, Antron Beverly picked his pocket.
After Antron Beverly airballed a free try. Here's Garrison, a three off the inbound. Good. Tyven Garrison puts Springfield back in front, 23-20. 5:55 to go in the half. Dent down the lane, lost it. And they're going to get Benny Slater or Miller on a foul.
It'll be the second on whoever they get.
It's on Benny. And Dent to the line.
Will that be all we see of Benny in this quarter? Doesn't look like it. Joby's up there.
He hasn't sent anybody to the scores table yet. James Dent at the line for two. Staff carpet at Veterans Parkway and Browning Road has the free throw, and good for James Dent. Dent's a good foul shooter, 78%.
And an often foul shooter.
He shoots a lot of them.
Yes, he does.
23-21, he can make it 22. Dent shoots, and it's good. 5:54 left in the half. 23-22 Senators. Winner gets MacArthur here Friday night in the regional final. And the regional final winner will go to Lincoln next week. Shane Miller down the lane, a floater, good. Miller has scored 9. 25-22 Senators. Spartans break the pressure, get it to Dent. Baseline drive, James, one-hander, no good. Offensive foul, he ran over Shane Miller. And Dent is slow getting up.
I think he knows the faster he gets up, the more he's going to have to hear LT.
James Dent ran over Shane Miller running in the baseline left side. James might have been wise to step around him and go right to the glass.
Tim, you believe this is the first postseason meeting between these two schools since 2008-2009, LT's first season at Southeast?
So 12 years, 11 years since they played in the postseason.
This is the 12th season, yeah.
3-point lead Springfield. 5:10 to go in the half. Garrison with the ball up top for the Senators. Working toward the east basket, throws it, and it's intercepted by Beverly, but then taken back by Taryn Wallace.
It's a lazy pass, too.
Wallace throws it over to Slater. Benny on the right side, gives to Wallace. Had the ball tipped away by Seth Doss. Goes over and tries to recover it, but he stepped on the end line, did Wallace. And the ball will belong to Southeast.
Joby's going to take a timeout.
Timeout Springfield. 4:51 left in the half. Senators 25, Spartans 22. Steak and Shake in Springfield, Jacksonville, and Taylorville has this timeout. Radio 92.3 FM and 1450, also available on SPS Channel 22. Steal by Shane Miller for Springfield. Had the ball knocked away by Allison. Got it back, though, Miller did. Gives to Dalen Banks. Now Taryn Wallace throws it to Benny Slater, and it's poked away by Allison, who's been very active on defense. Here's Wallace to Banks, left side. Guarded by Dent. Now Wallace threw a bad pass. It was almost intercepted by Allison.
Boy, Allison's doing a great job on defense against Benny.
Everywhere, yes. Springfield's got to sharpen up those passes. They still have the ball. Slater had it knocked away. Wallace recovers it. Hands off to Shane Miller. Jumper, left side Miller, missed it. Benny Slater had the rebound, lost it. Dalen Banks gets it to Garrison, who makes it. Free throw line shot for Garrison goes in. 27-22. Senators by 5, matches their biggest lead. 3:42 left in the half. Cameron Banks, who's been on the bench for a while, had the ball, lost it, got it back. Allison, 3 from Banks, missed it. Up over the backboard, out of bounds. All righty then. We have a score update from Beardstown. CSA champion U-High playing Porta tonight and trailing after 1 quarter. Porta leads at 15-11 over U-High after 1.
Yeah, weird things happen in that gym in the second half.
Porta up 4 after 1. Winner gets Sacred Heart Griffin Friday night in the Beardstown Sectional Championship. Springfield ball up by 5 here against Southeast. Miller in traffic. Found Taryn Wallace, who throws it out front for a Banks 3 that's in and out. Rebound Miller, grabs it and he's fouled. Beverly will get the foul. It's team foul number, I think that's the 5th on Southeast. Yes. But Miller, they say, was in the act of shooting. Not sure about that. He'll shoot 2. 1 for 1 at the line tonight. And now 1 for 2 as he misses. 1 more for Miller.
Shoots 69% on the season.
Shane Miller, an affable 6'1" junior. He's a chatty kid.
Yeah. Pretty good wide receiver in football,
yeah,
too.
He had a very good season.
Long ball threat.
And the second foul shot good. And it's 28-22, Springfield's biggest lead. And now an offensive foul on Cameron Banks. He was simply dribbling up the court. Tyven Garrison was side by side with him, and he kind of pushed him a little bit, and they called that a foul.
That's 11 turnovers on the Spartans. Kobe Slater in, Shane Miller out.
6-point lead. Springfield gets the ball back on the Cameron Banks foul.
I guess Taryn Wallace is the one who came out.
And down the lane goes Shane Miller. Had it, lost it, forces a shot.
How did he get that to go?
How in the world?
Wow.
Shane Miller juggling the ball, recovered it, and just tossed it up off the glass, and it went in.
Took on the entire Southeast team in the lane and still got it to go.
Now James Dent goes into traffic at the Springfield end, and he was fouled going to the hoop.
3 on Benny Slater.
And Benny,
big foul,
with his 3rd personal, will probably exit here after James Dent shoots the first of 2 free throws. Dent, 2 for 2 at the line, now 3 for 3. And Taryn Wallace in and Benny Slater out with his 3rd foul. Benny's the kind of kid you want all 32 minutes on the court if you're Joby Crum, and most of the time he doesn't get that because of foul trouble.
Benny's A game is really a good game, but sometimes Benny's A game isn't there.
Dent made both free throws. It's 30-24. The Senators lead it, and LT wants timeout at the Southeast bench. We'll take a Steak and Shake 30-second break with 2:40 left in the half.
winner gets Glenwood.
Friday night. Springfield ball off the Dent free throws. Senators lead 30-24. 2.5 minutes left in the half. Shane Miller gives out front to Taryn Wallace. LT had Southeast back in his zone. Now he tells him to go out and play man.
Little four corners with no Benny Slater in the game.
And here's Miller. Spins down the lane, scoops it in. He's got all the shots, doesn't he, this Shane Miller
sure
kid?
does.
32-24. Senators by 8, matches their biggest lead. And a foul right at midcourt.
Whoa.
Shane Miller fouled Antron Beverly and then went up and hurdled him, trying to regain his balance.
That's 2 on Shane Miller.
That was unintentional.
Yeah,
he almost got up on his shoulders.
They pounded fists on that one. They're good.
Miller, with his second foul, will take a seat. So Springfield's going to play with an 8-point lead and both of their key guys on the bench. The 2 juniors, Slater and Miller, sitting down.
Artez Hansen in the game now.
Artez Hansen out guarding fellow freshman Makai Allison. Here's Dent driving right side, cut off and fouled. James doing just what he should do with Miller and Slater sitting down, and that's go to the basket. Dalen Banks on the foul. And Dent will shoot a 1-and-1. James has made 4 for 4 at the line in this quarter. He has 6 points in the game, and the Southeast 6'5" junior ready to shoot 1-and-1. And he made it.
That's that hand check that Joby warned us that he's not going to be happy about watching him call. And they called it.
James Dent with another staff carpet free throw. 1:52 on the second quarter clock. And it's good. Dent rarely puts a dent in the rim on his free throws. He swished that one, and it's 32-26. Senators by 6, with both Miller and Benny Slater sitting down. Tyven Garrison had the ball poked loose. Spartans have it. Beverly throws it ahead to Allison. Spartans trying to cash in. Here's Johnson, drives the baseline, left the shot short. Rebound Dent, up and in.
Cameron Banks did a great job of tipping that ball over to James Dent for the easy bucket.
32-28. Southeast down 4. Pounding the dribble is Wallace. Gives to Banks. Hands off to Hansen. Shot blocked by Dent. James has the ball. Throws it ahead to Beverly. Feeds Banks. Lays it up and missed it. Rebound pulled down by Springfield High's Dalen Banks. Southeast did everything right but finish. A minute to go in the first half.
They've really turned up the defense.
And with the 2 Senators scorers sitting down, why not?
Yeah, no kidding.
They throw it to Garrison up top. He gets pumped, gives it off to Wallace. 48 seconds. Taryn drives in left side. Hands to Banks, Dalen Banks. Stocky Jr. throws it up top to the senior Kobe Slater. Now right side to Tyven Garrison. 6'5" junior, jump shot, free throw line, good.
That kid can play.
Tyven Garrison, 6'5" junior, makes it 34-28. He is a scorer if he gets a chance to get an open shot, and he made that one. With Benny Slater and Shane Miller sitting down. Southeast, James Dent, baseline drive, gives to Cameron Banks, easy 2.
Nice 2-man game there.
34-30, 8 seconds. Garrison ahead of the field, had it knocked away by Allison. Out of bounds to Springfield with 3.5 seconds. Shane Miller and Benny Slater will come in for the last 3.5 seconds of the half. Hansen out. Wallace out.
1, 2, 3, 4,
See if they
5.
try to lob
Okay.
it to Benny. They lob it into Garrison. His shot was partially blocked, and Southeast gets the rebound. We kind of thought coming in that this would be A, a close game, and B, a pretty good game. I guess we were right.
Well, Trevor Lawrence wanted me to make a pick, and he thought I was being coy when I said I don't know.
34-30. Springfield leads it at half. Senators up by 4 at halftime. We'll be back with the Alderman Ralph Hanauer halftime show after this. Jacksonville leads 30-23 at the half over Jerseyville and Taylorville. Winner gets Glenwood on Friday. And Eisenhower leads Mattoon 23-18 at Mattoon. Winner gets Lanphier on Friday. Winner here gets MacArthur on Friday. And how do we see the numbers at halftime? With Senators lead Spartans 34-30.
Shane Miller leads Springfield High with 14 points. 6 of 10 from the floor. He's also got 3 rebounds. 14 for Shane Miller. 10 points for Tyven Garrison. 2 twos and 2 threes on 4 for 6 shooting. Taryn Wallace has 2 and 1 rebound. Benny Slater, 3 fouls, 2 points, 1 rebound. Not the kind of performance the Senators are going to need from Benny in the second half if they want to win this one. Dalen Banks has a 2 and 1 for 2 from the foul line for 3 points. And he's also got 2 rebounds. Kobe Slater in reserve role has a 3-point basket, 2 rebounds, 3 points. Artez Hansen played, missed 1 shot, did not score. The Senators 14 for 28, 50%, 3 of 7 on threes, 9 rebounds, and 6 turnovers. Shane Miller with 14, Tyven Garrison with 10, the 2 in double figures for Springfield High. For Southeast, Cameron Banks leads with 11 on 5 of 7 floor shooting, 1 for 2 from the line. He's also got 4 rebounds. James Dent has 10 points, thanks mostly to 6 for 6 foul shooting. Dent 10 points and 6 rebounds at the break. Seth Doss is scoreless. He does have 1 rebound, picked up 2 fouls, did not play extensively. Jason Johnson missed 3 shots, did not score. Antron Beverly, couple threes in the first quarter for his 6 points. He's also got 2 rebounds, and he's done a terrific job on the point on defense. Makai Allison made a 3 for his 3 points, and Noah Doss picked up a couple rebounds, 1 personal foul, did not score. The Spartans 10 for 22 from the floor, 3 for 11 on threes, 15 rebounds, led by Dent with 6, and 11 turnovers. That's the part that they've got to clean up. 11 turnovers in the first half for Southeast. Cameron Banks with 11, James Dent with 10, leading scorers for Southeast. Springfield High led 18-17 after 1 quarter. It was 16-13 the Senators in the second quarter. Springfield High leads 34-30 at halftime. Class 3A Springfield High sectional from Willard Dewey Gym. We're going to take 3 minutes and come back for second half action on Sports Radio 1450 and 92.3 FM.
for them first half of the season. They turned the ball over, it seemed 30 times a night.
Definitely. Yeah, they were in the 20s.
Taking better care of it lately.
They really have been. Their defense has really improved, too.
No doubt.
Jason Johnson being in the starting lineup helps the defense.
Well, Johnson's at point off the inbound to start the third quarter, and he shoots from the free throw line, and he banked it in. Johnson's first basket of the night, his first points, makes it a 2-point game. Both Benny Slater and Shane Miller with a little foul trouble. Benny with 3 are out on the court. Senators ball. Slater sets a high screen for Miller, who's used his dribble and needs some help. Shovels it to Dalen Banks. Just underway in the third, a 2-point game.
Jason Johnson is guarding Benny Slater.
Lob inside to Benny Slater, and he rolled it in over the rim.
Went over the top to get it to him.
Benny's second bucket, 36-32. Johnson bounced pass down low. Seth Doss reverse layup, partially blocked by Benny Slater. Tyven Garrison grabs the ball. Benny brings it up court, gets bumped by Dent. Now Johnson will get him. Benny drives right side, goes to the baseline. Out front, Dalen Banks, long 3, good.
His first 3 of the night.
Dalen Banks makes it a 7-point game, 39-32. Senators' biggest lead in the first half was 8. 39-32 now, third quarter. Dent drives in around Benny Slater. They're going to call Benny 4 on his 4th foul.
Wow.
And he just stood there and let Dent drive by him and bump him. That really gets the Senator fans agitated. Benny Slater's 4th foul, and that was a very, very questionable call. Dent will shoot 2.
You know what, though? That's a prepared basketball team. Go at him.
Right.
He's in there. Go at him. Let's see what he's got.
Did. And he'll shoot 2. Free throw. Oh, that one no good for James. First miss in 7 tries at the line tonight.
You saw him shoot 28 over at MacArthur, didn't you?
Benny's not coming out after the first free throw.
Not yet. Well, okay.
And that one rattles in for James Dent. 39-33, and Benny Slater is going to stay on the floor.
Maybe you leave him in for offense. Pull the ball out.
Wow, with 4 fouls and 6:28 to go in the third quarter.
Put him in the post against the 5'11" guy.
You better stay away from everybody. Springfield goes 4 corners. 6-point lead, 39-33. Taryn Wallace at the point.
Well, they're trying to get
left.
Benny low. They're trying to get him inside, get things cleared out. That's what they got.
They get it to Benny. Now he backs in. He turns. He was fouled, and he scored. And will they count the basket?
They will.
So the play worked, and they will count the basket on the Jason Johnson foul. And Benny Slater, with 4 fouls and 6:06 left in the third quarter, avoided a charging foul. That's positive for him.
Yeah.
Scored the basket. That's a positive. Now he shoots a staff carpet free throw. What a gamble his coach took. And Joby had it pay off that time. But Southeast just run right at Benny now at the defensive end. 4 fouls. He can't do a thing.
He's just kind of playing goalie back there, it looks like.
Run at him, somebody. Cam Banks will if you give him the ball. James Dent will if you give him the ball. Now they throw it to Allison. 5:48 to go. You can get Benny Slater out of this game. Just run at him. Seth Doss throws it out front to Allison. Now over to Beverly. And now Dent, a long 3. No good. And the rebound, Seth Doss put it up, no good. Rebound, Seth Doss. Benny just standing there with his hands in the air. And the ball's loose, and Dalen Banks comes out of there with it for Springfield High. Boy, a missed opportunity for Southeast. What a crossover by Shane Miller. Doss tried to draw a charge on him, and Shane did a double deuce to get around him. And now Miller with a pass interception at the other end. Get it ahead to Benny. In the corner, Banks, 3. In and out and in. Wow, 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 Dalen Banks. And just like that, it's a 14-point lead. 47-33. How did Banks' ball ever go in that basket?
It circumnavigated every part of the rim.
Twice, and then it went in. And LT calls timeout with 4:58 to go in the third. Okay, checklist here. Benny Slater gets his 4th foul with 6.5 minutes left in the quarter, third quarter, and Joby leaves him in. He pays off with a 3-point play. Southeast comes to the other end of the court. They get 3 shots around Benny, who's just standing there like a statue in the park.
Yep.
And they can't score. And the ball pops out, and the Banks kid gets the rebound. They run to the other end, and they get him to score a 3. And it's a 14-point lead.
And the Shane Miller move right before that.
Yes, and the Shane Miller, my gosh, what a move he made coming in that left side. Okay, Benny Slater will sit now. Artez Hansen is into the game for Springfield High with a 47-33 lead.
Yeah, they've gone small.
That break, by the way, that we didn't take was brought to you by Steak and Shake. It's live radio, folks. We kind of make it up as we go. Beverly for 3. Southeast needed that. Antron has made 3 long ones tonight. And the Spartans needed something good to happen. That was good.
Now they need something good at this end with no Benny Slater in the game.
Shane Miller with the ball around a high screen. Pull-up jump shot. Got it.
Boy, he's good.
Shane Miller with 18. 49-36. Johnson to the glass. Scores around Tyman Garrison. Quick move by Jason Johnson of Southeast. Now Garrison will run the other way. In on Dent. Put it up. Left it short. Allison the rebound. Right up the middle, Mackay fouled on a hand check by Dalen Banks. This official is good at the hand check fouls. He sees every one. And James Dent will inbound for Southeast. Banks picked up his 2nd foul.
2 on Dalen. Yep.
3 up top, Allison missed it. Rebound, it goes up and hits the strap above the basket.
I think they got Dalen Banks on a foul.
Oh, they did. So the ball's not out of bounds to Southeast.
That's 3 now on Dalen Banks.
Dalen Banks' foul will get Kobe Slater off the bench. And it will be Southeast ball instead of a turnover. I thought it hit that strap above the basket, which is out of bounds, but it did not.
Dalen Banks and James Dent were jockeying for position, and while the ball was in the air, they got Banks.
Okay, Southeast ball down 11. They get it into Cameron Banks. Around Miller, he missed the shot. Rebound, Dent missed it. Left it short, but they fouled him. I think Artez Hansen on the foul. Yep. And James Dent back to the line. Southeast with 3:55 to go in the third. Trying to get the lead under 10. Dent will shoot 2. First half carpet free throw is good. He's made 8 out of 9. One more for the Southeast Star Junior. CSH's leading scorer at 19.4 points per game. And he missed that one. Taryn Wallace the rebound. 49-39 Senators, 3:50 left in the third. Ball's in the hands of Tyman Garrison. Gives up top to Shane Miller. Jason Johnson defending him for Southeast. Throw it over to Garrison. Out near the center line. Gives it to Taryn Wallace, guarded by Mackay Allison. Southeast freshman, a terrific young defender. Drive in, left side, cut off. Wallace needs help. Lobs it to Miller. Shane Miller, back to Wallace. Looking to post up Garrison. And against Cam Banks, he has the ball now. Puts it on the deck. Brings it out front. Now goes back toward the baseline. Dribbles and gives it up top to Taryn Wallace at the center circle. Wallace down the lane. A little room. He banked it up too hard. And a foul on the rebound. See who we've got on this one.
Kobe Slater.
Kobe Slater.
It looked like he was far away from that one.
It'll be Southeast ball, and that's 5 fouls on the Senators here in the third quarter. Southeast has committed 1. Johnson, bounce pass. Beverly thought about a 3. Throws it down low to Johnson and threw it away. Unforced error on Southeast.
14th turnover. Third of the second half.
Still 49-39 Senators. 2:54 left in the third. Southeast pressures on the inbound. Shane Miller with the ball. Over the timeline. Miller drives left side to Garrison. 3 ball. Good.
Took a
He got
flop, didn't
knocked
get
down
it.
on it, and he still made it. No foul on the shot. It went in, and it's 52-39. Dent drives in, lost the ball. Fell to the court as he drove in on Wallace. Karen Wallace over the timeline with Springfield up by 13. Bounce pass down low. Hansen missed the shot, but he was fouled.
Boy, that's a great look. That's a long bounce
How about
pass
that
to
pass
throw.
by Wallace?
Man.
Wow. And Hansen will go to the line. Foul on Cameron Banks of Southeast. Artez Hansen just 1 of 2 at the free throw line this season in varsity play. And he made the first. Hansen, a 5'10 freshman, joined the varsity at midseason. Hansen's a left-hander. He'll shoot 1 more staff carpet free throw. His team up 14. Free throw. It is no good. James Dent the rebound. 53-39, 2:20 left in the third. A Dent 3 is no good, short, and the rebound, Taryn Wallace. Dent flopped, trying to draw a whistle on his missed shot. Didn't work. Wallace hands off to Shane Miller. Denny Slater sitting with 4 fouls. Miller down the lane. A scooper is in.
Man, I remember when I considered that kid a stand-up shooter. That's all I thought he was.
Now he's driving to the hoop. And Cam Banks misses in tight. Nothing working for the Spartans at the offensive end. Ball off of Taryn Wallace, though, so Southeast will keep it as the ball ended up out of bounds. And the Spartans will get another chance. Down by 16. 55-39, 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. And with Denny Slater sitting down, Southeast got to take advantage here. Ball is inbounded and knocked out of bounds, deflected by Springfield.
Wallace got a hand on it, knocked it into the student section.
Dent will throw it in. Gives it to Makai Allison. High post to Cameron Banks, who's had a quiet quarter. In the corner, Beverly. Squares up for a 3. In and out. Rebound Banks, back up and in. Cameron Banks on the putback. 55-41.
Keep it up, Tiger. Keep it up.
1:33 and counting, third quarter. Senators were challenged early in the quarter by Southeast, but they've opened up a comfortable lead at the moment. But is it ever comfortable when city teams go head-to-head? Here's a bounce pass to Miller. Down the lane, loose. Good feed from Kobe Slater.
22.
Shane Miller with 22 points. 8 in this quarter. 57-41, matching the biggest lead. Beverly for 3, right side. No, missed it. Cameron Banks rebound, back up, and got it, and he was fouled.
That's
Just
5
mentioned how,
offensive rebounds for Cameron Banks.
Just mentioned how quiet he'd been, and he puts 2 balls in the hoop. And Cameron Banks, Southeast sophomore, will have an and 1. Foul was assessed to Tyven Garrison of Springfield High. Banks will try to make it a 12-point difference. Free throw is good. 57. Should it be 57-45?
44.
44. 13-point difference. Miller with the ball for Springfield. They go right side to Hansen. Throws it out front. Lazy pass, and Miller has it. 45 seconds, third quarter. Miller slides, grabs the ball back, gives it to Wallace. Taryn to the free throw line, backs it off. Drives in on Jason Johnson, now backs it off again. Hand off to Shane Miller. Springfield trying to run some clock down toward the end of the third quarter with a 13-point lead. And a whistle and timeout called by Joby Crum at the Senator bench. 21.2 on the clock, third quarter. Springfield 57, Southeast 44. Let's break for a steak and shake, 30-second timeout.
Hey, folks.
High with Jim Rupert, Tim Schweitzer. Senators ball, 21.2 left in the third quarter. Joby Slater back in the game.
Joby Crum pointed out to us before the game how well his team has played since Christmas. 10-7. Wasn't he over and back?
Shane Miller was not over and back.
Okay. 10-7, and they lost to Lanphier, to U-High, and they lost one game to Southeast in the city tournament.
Miller shovels to Banks, down low to Garrison. One-hander, no good. Garrison got it back, put it up. Blocked on the second shot, no foul. Dent fires one from 53.5 feet, and it rimmed out at the end of the quarter. So a lot of action in the last 20 seconds. Springfield's just happy that when they snuck Benny Slater back in the game, he didn't pick up his fifth foul. Senators lead 57-44 after 3. Back in a minute.
Robert Seafood.
Just 15,875. Find 700 SUVs at Bob Riding's family of dealerships.
Online at bobridings.com. Sports Radio 1450 WFMB Springfield.
Springfield ball to start the fourth. Tip up and in by Benny Slater off a Kobe Slater 3 that didn't go in. Benny Slater makes it a 15-point lead, 59-44. Southeast Mackay Allison missed. Rebound, Jason Johnson missed. Benny Slater rebound. Benny out there with 4 fouls, but his team's up 15, just underway in the fourth. There's Shane Miller driving in for a basket, and the Senators lead by 17. 61-44. Miller's been great tonight. Just great. James Dent down the lane. Scooper got it. And nobody fouled him because he ran at Benny Slater. Benny playing with 4 fouls laid off. James Dent's 4th hoop. Dent with 16. Check it.
I've only got
Dent with 14.
3 baskets for him.
That was his 4th. Here's Jason Johnson driving in. Bounce pass. Cameron Banks put it up and in. Cameron Banks, he's had a good night for the Spartans with 16. Now 18 says the scoreboard. I'm not sure about that.
They've got to get stops.
61-48 with 6:40 to go. Springfield the lead by 13.
I've got 18 for him.
Okay, Kobe Slater with the ball and now a whistle. Timeout, Joby Crum at the Springfield bench. 61-48, 6:33 to go in the fourth. We'll take a steak and shake. 30-second break. Benny Slater has picked it up a little bit. Slater with 9. Ivan Garrison has scored 13.
Yeah, 3 threes and a couple 2s. 13.
Senators up by 13. 61-48. 6.5 minutes left off their timeout. Shane Miller with the ball. Hands off to Benny Slater. Throws it on the wing to Dalen Banks. Dalen Banks will dribble a few times out front. Tries to hand off to Shane Miller. Instead throws to Benny Slater. Look out. Lays it in. He was going to dunk it. And little Chandler Clayton jumped in his way. Then he decided to go for the layup. 63-48. Dent in the lane over Garrison. Missed it. Rebound Dalen Banks for Springfield High with a 15-point lead. Outlets to Benny Slater. Benny, stop and go dribble into the lane. Banked it up too hard. Rebound Dalen Banks, put it up no good. And the rebound Makai Allison for Southeast. You got to be a big boy to get rebounds in this game.
Yeah, that's for
It
sure.
has been a slam-a-jamma under that basket. Here's Dent inside. He got bodied. He missed. He got it back. He throws out on the wing to Beverly, who saves it from going out of bounds. Jumping into the lane, little Clayton throws it up top to Allison. He missed a three. Rebound, Tyven Garrison. Hands off to Shane Miller. Southeast had two bodies on the floor. Here's Shane Miller double-teamed and fouled. Well, I think L2 told the little Clayton kid, Chandler Clayton, 5'5" maybe, freshman guard. First played varsity ball at the city tournament. I think he told him to go in there and knock people around.
Play defense any way you can.
That's right.
When you don't have the ball, just find somebody and guard him.
He's flying to the ball, and he is harassing anybody who's got it. 63-48. Shane Miller, free throw line jumper, pulls up and missed it. Rebound Makai Allison for Southeast.
Only one underneath there that time.
Chandler Clayton into the lane, now backs off. And Miller stripped him.
Over dribbled.
Here's Shane Miller. Scoop shot blocked by Makai Allison out of bounds, and Miller hurt his hand on the play. Makai apparently got a piece of Miller, too, on that block. Either that or he's faking it.
He needs some time off. He needs a break.
He says he's
winded.
Joby says, no, you're not. Stay out there. 5 minutes left. And we got a foul before the inbound for Springfield on Southeast. It's on
Cameron Banks. Holding Benny Slater. 3 on Cameron Banks.
And Taryn Wallace is going to come back in the game and give Shane Miller a blow. Shane Miller doesn't ask out very often. Ball's inbounded by Slater to Tyven Garrison. Springfield High with the ball. And a 15-point lead, 4:55 to go. And Wallace had it, lost it, got it back. Gave off to Kobe Slater, now drives into the lane, does Wallace. To Benny Slater, pushes off Dent. Got to be careful doing that, and they strip him. Ball taken away by Beverly. Glides in, and he traveled. Thought about a Euro step. Saw Allison coming up in his peripheral vision and thought about passing to him. Didn't do any of that, he just traveled.
Might as well just throw it up there at the basket. Thought he was doing the right thing.
Time running out on Southeast. 4:37 to go. Springfield up 15 off the Spartans' turnover.
Jason Johnson for Antron Beverly for Southeast.
Taryn Wallace against Johnson. Clears the timeline. He's bumped out front. Retains the dribble. Throws it to Benny Slater. Dent on him. Dent knocks it loose and fouled Benny Slater. Team foul number 5 on the Spartans. And on James Dent, his second. Southeast needs something good to happen quick. They need some quick takeaways. They need stops. They need baskets. They're down 15, 4.5 minutes left.
And Springfield High needs to keep that clock running.
Right-o. Here's Wallace over the timeline against Johnson. Gives it to Tyven Garrison. Garrison at the center circle. Dribbles to the left side. Springfield trying to kill some clock. Benny Slater with the ball. James Dent up on him for Southeast. Throw to Dalen Banks. Dribbles through the free throw circle. Comes to the wing left side. Dribbling exhibition now. Garrison down the lane. A layup. Everything worked for Springfield that time. Garrison with 15, and it's a 17-point lead until Cameron Banks scores an easy 2 at the other end. 65-50. Time running out, though, for Southeast. 3:45 to go. Here's time. Oh, what a good move by Taryn Wallace in the left side. Taryn Wallace got a seam and went to the basket and scored. Wallace's second basket, and now a jump shot for Southeast is good. That basket for the Spartans makes it 67-52.
Who got it? James Dent?
I think it was Dent.
It was Dent.
Yep.
Yes.
I looked down and looked up and saw the ball going through the basket.
And I did the same thing.
And Dent gets his 4th hoop of the night. He has scored 16. 67-52 with 3:31 left. Senators lead it Timeout on the court. We'll take 30 and be right back. Basket and the Southeast timeout. 67-52. Senators lead it. 3:31 to go. Porta and U-High are tied at 36 after 3 quarters at the Beardstown sectional. Porta U-High tied at 36. Winner gets to SHG in the sectional final at Beardstown Friday. Senators trying to hold on and win and play MacArthur here in the regional final on Friday. And Shane Miller went in, missed a shot. Got the rebound. Got a necktie put on him by
Jason Johnson. Going for the ball.
Shane Miller fouled on the shot.
Yeah.
Fouled on the rebound, actually, so no free throws
bonus
for Miller. We're not in the bonus yet, but both teams will be on the next foul. 3:10 left. Miller throws it into Kobe Slater, who lost it. Picked off by James Dent. James Dent
tripped over his own feet.
And the ball is loose. Dent finds it and scores. Ball ended up in Dent's hands as Tyven Garrison went after the loose ball and saved it inbounds to the wrong team. Miller, a leaner in the lane. No good for Springfield. Gets it back. Blocked on the second shot, and a tie-up is called. And on the arrow, Southeast ball. 2:50 on the clock. Senators up by 13. 67-54. Southeast trying to mount a big comeback here. They've got some work to do. Under 3 minutes, down by 13. James Dent, down the lane. Dent scores. Benny Slater with 4 fouls, let him go. 67-56. 6 unanswered for Southeast. Over the timeline, Wallace. Gives it to Shane Miller at the center circle.
So you got to do a better job of denying that ball when the guy's in trouble.
Garrison with it. Throws it for Benny, and it's bobbled, and Benny lost it, and Southeast has it. Here comes the Spartan junior James Dent. Blocked by Miller. No, Garrison blocked Dent's shot. Dent ended up on the deck, and the Senators end up with the ball. And now off the ball at the other end of the court, Benny Slater and little tiny Chandler Clayton get in a wrestling match. And the little 5'5" maybe, Clayton is whistled for the foul.
Bonus for Springfield High.
Chandler Clayton. Don't forget that name. LT's got him for 3 more years.
Yeah.
He's going to be pestering people for 3 more years.
And he'll get the offensive part of the game, too.
Yeah, he will. Benny Slater to the line for a 1-on-1. Good on the first. Benny has now scored 12, playing with 4 fouls. He has the bonus with 2:06 to go, and he made it. 69-56. Senators by 13. Benny will sit. Artez Hansen into the game for Springfield.
Boy, to get his free throw up to 56-7 is pretty good because he was really bad for a while.
And Kobe Slater with a steal off the hands of James Dent. A huge turnover for Southeast.
Number 18.
And this game is all but over. Senators with 1:48 to go, up by 13.
Can they make free throws? That's what it's going to come down
Just
to.
going to try to kill the clock. Kobe Slater, he's their best free throw shooter. He has the ball. Little Clayton on him. Gave it off to Garrison. Had it, lost it, got it back. They fouled him.
Clayton.
Garrison to the line, and he's a good free throw shooter. You know, when that Clayton kid, when he graduates high school, he's going to go to college somewhere and get a degree in pre-law, and then he's going to be an attorney. He's going to go to law school. Because he has argued every single call since he's been in the game.
Well, he couldn't have argued the wrestling call.
No, No, well, he could have, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
And Garrison misses the free throw. But I love that little freshman. He's right up in the ref's face arguing the call. He's got a good explanation, I guess, but they're not buying it. And now a foul.
No, tie up.
Tie up. We may have set the record in games involving CS teams for held balls tonight. That is at least 4 of them in this game. And it ends up Springfield High possession with 1:22 left.
Well, it beats calling fouls on people.
Yeah, it's okay. Springfield ball, 13-point lead, headed to the regional final against MacArthur on Friday. Shane Miller will hold it out front. Senators are going to win their 18th game. In this, their 32nd game of the season. And a whistle and a 5 count. Shane Miller turns it over. Southeast ball down by 13 with 1:02 left.
Can't
The
complain.
math says the Spartans still have a chance, but their body language isn't very good. They've been frustrated at the offensive end here, especially in the fourth quarter.
You got to strike early. You can't dribble too much.
Allison with the ball.
Too much dribbling already.
Yeah, 55 seconds, down by 13. Throws it baseline to Johnson, and he is fouled.
Oh, that's just what you don't want if
Just
you're
what
Springfield
Springfield
High.
didn't need to do.
Bonus, Taryn Wallace going to get called for it.
It is on Taryn Wallace. Jason Johnson to the line, 1-1.
And Taryn Wallace already has his law degree because he can bargain with anybody.
Yes. Johnson free throw, no good. But the rebound, Cameron Banks, he falls down, gives to Allison, who missed inside. Rebound, Johnson back up, and he missed. Shane Miller, the rebound. 40 seconds. Miller over the timeline, up by 13. Will the Senators be able to dribble it out, or will Southeast stop the clock? Dent wants to foul Miller, can't catch him. Now Wallace.
Well,
Hands
Wallace
off
is
to
the guy to
Garrison.
foul.
Dent wants to foul him, can't get the whistle.
That's the guy to foul. I guess they're just going to let it go.
22 seconds. Wallace gives to Kobe Slater. Gives to Miller. Layup. Good. Shane Miller. Miller will finish with 26. Jason Johnson scores. No, he missed inside. Kobe Slater the rebound. 5 seconds. Senators are going to win it by 15. Springfield wins 71-56. And their players go over and celebrate with their students in the high prime, their classmates. Now the handshake line. Everybody good. Southeast season done. A rebuilding year for the Spartans. And the Senators into the regional final on their home court on Friday. Springfield wins at 71-56. We'll take a break and be back with the postgame show.